How does it feel when you got that feeling? You got the flavor you love. How does it feel when you know you're not dreaming? There is nothing above. So good when you're feeling nice. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you're up on your ends with your friends? Everybody holding a vibe now. How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you savor the flavor, the feeling you get when you taste everybody?
So good when you get that meal. So good is the way you feel. So good at the time of day. So good is what you say. So good when you dance all night. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
Effective December 2018, nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis applying for a visa to Canada will have to travel to Trinidad and Tobago to do this. This is because Canada now requires biometrics for applicants, with Trinidad being the closest biometric center to St. Kitts and Nevis for the Canadian High Commission. Premier Mark Brantley, who is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs, addressed this matter at his monthly press conference in Nevis on Monday.
I ought to advise that Canada has advised us that commencing in December of this year, getting the visa, and this was one of the issues that really occupied a lot of our time, because they've now said that they're moving to collecting biometrics, so fingerprints and all that, they move into that. And in order to collect biometrics, they need to see the person. So part of the difficulties as of currently, to get a visa to Canada, you have to apply online. As of December, you'll have to travel to Trinidad to get that visa. And that for us is obviously a matter that raises some concerns. The cost of travel to Trinidad is extremely high, and we feel that that is a matter that would be unhelpful if certainly taken to its logical conclusion. It would really ensure that many of us in this room gathered and others outside listening will never be able to even afford to apply for the visa, far less to get a visa.
Premier Brantley noted that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has engaged the Canadian authorities in looking at other solutions to applicants flying to Trinidad and Tobago because it is costly.
Our argument is that it's really pricing the visa out of the reach of most of us, and that would mean that effectively Canada is taken off the table insofar as people from St. Kitts and Nevis are concerned. I think the Canadian government is very sensitive to that. We have discussed a number of options with them, including that they have a mobile unit that will come to the various territories to seek to collect the biometrics here. And one other option they have considering is if they can set up a biometric center in some place that's closer than Trinidad. They suggested Barbados, but I told them, well, Barbados only takes about $100 off the price. So it's still too high. So we have, of course, offered St. Kitts and Nevis to them. This will be a matter for them to consider as to where they set up this center, someplace other than Trinidad. But I'm very happy to say that the responses we got from the Canadian government were very positive, that they understood the problem and that they're working very hard at it.
Meanwhile, Mr. Brantley noted that there is about a 20% rejection rate of visa applicants from St. Kitts and Nevis.
Canada did raise with us that there was a high rate of rejection of nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis for their visas. And let me just qualify high quickly, because high for them is just over 20%. So roughly 1 in 5 don't get the visa. But it's high because their rate that they consider when they're looking at whether they should grant a country visa-free access is 4%. So it's high when you're just over 20 and their rate is 4. But what we explain to them is that that rate perhaps has more to do with education than anything else, because the forms from Canada were notoriously long, notoriously difficult to fill out, and they ask you questions that if you're not wise enough or you're not educated enough on the process, you may just answer in a way that ensures you don't get the visa. So a lot of visas are being denied because the forms are not filled out properly.
The Premier said that Canada has committed to engage the public with information on the visa application process.
So we have said to them that the rate of refusal can come down dramatically if Canada were to engage in some education. So the Canadian government has agreed, and through the High Commission in Barbados, you're likely to hear a lot of public service announcements shortly in St. Kitts and Nevis, assisting people how to fill out the forms properly, how to ensure that you give them all the information that they need in order for them to grant the necessary visa. The good thing is that based on the statistics that they shared with us, the overstay rate in Canada for Kittitians and Nevisians was among some of the lowest in the world.
Holders of St. Kitts and Nevis passports since November 2014 were required to apply for a visa to enter Canada. Back then, the Canadian authorities claimed that security concerns with the Citizenship by Investment program and the due diligence for applicants to the program who may possess a St. Kitts and Nevis passport was among the reasons for the imposition of visa requirements. The Team Unity government has vowed to have Canada reverse the decision and restore visa-free access to St. Kitts and Nevis. In 2017, visa requirements were also imposed on nationals of Antigua and Barbuda. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.